everyone. I am so excited about being here with everyone right now, and we're going to be talking about a very embarrassing subject for both men and women. We're live on Facebook, so hi to everybody out there. Like us and follow us. I have with me Bettina Ferrara. She is the assistant to Tina French, who's the owner of Juv. You and I love coming on this show. Like every week, you come on because a lot of people have a problem that so many people are embarrassed about talking about, but we love. As a matter of fact, you said we're going to have so much fun talking about pee today, and
Yes,
I can't wait to do it. So let's talk a little bit about that and what you do.
Okay, Carol. Well, the reason I come on your show is because I want your listeners to know that there is a way that they can stop bladder leaks. They can stop buying adult protection. They can change their lives, and it's very simple. We have a non-invasive treatment you simply sit on. This treatment basically lifts up your pelvic floor. It does 11,200 Kegel exercises for you in the 28 minutes that you're sitting on it. It's totally non-invasive. You can sit fully clothed. It's FDA approved and covered by insurance.
Well, let me tell you, listen up, everyone, both men and women. Number one, you have grown so much because you've been coming on the show for a couple of years now, and you have how many locations now?
We have 8 locations in the Valley.
There's a reason why they're growing so much, because so many people have this issue.
And then don't anymore after they come see us.
Right, because this is something that you do that nobody else does, and this is what makes them different. Number one, they offer everybody a complimentary 28-minute session. The reason why they do that is because they want you to feel it and see what this is like.
Exactly.
This is what you do. They also the only ones that will take insurance. Only ones. And let's talk a little bit about that.
Yes. So we offer the complimentary session because it's very difficult for us to tell you over the, on the radio or in advertising how this feels, how it works, and what it does. So we offer everybody. You just simply give us a call, come into one of our locations, and sit and get a full treatment. This is not just we're going to sit here and talk to you. You're going to feel it and see how it'll change your life. Then after that, we'll take your insurance information and we'll get you covered. And, honestly, there's nobody that ever comes into our offices that doesn't want to pursue treatment because they're tired of having to map out restrooms everywhere they go. They're tired of waking up several times in the middle of the night. They're tired of laughing, coughing, sneezing, jumping, reaching, and having bladder leaks.
Are you tired of leaking in your pants?
Yes.
I know a lot of people
I was very tired of it, and that's why I came to Juv. And when I did, and I saw my whole life change, I was so excited I started working there.
Exactly. There's a lot of people that do, because everybody that works at all of their locations are ex-patients of the chair. They are all cheerleaders of the chair. They say that it's the BTE, best thing ever.
It is.
And so you can call them. Their phone number is 480 593-5400. They have several locations throughout the Valley to serve you, and you can go up and check them out on their website. It's stopthepee.com. Let's go ahead, because you have somebody.
Yeah, I wanted to say that this treatment is for women, absolutely, but it's also for men. Men have, as they get older, their prostate may enlarge. They may not have a prostate at all, and they may just start to have bladder issues as well. And I brought along one of our patients who's a gentleman because he wanted to share his story with your listeners.
I want to hear it.
Go ahead. Chip.
Hi, Chip. Come on, let's talk about your pee-pee problems.
Well, thank you for having me here today first. And I just can't tell you enough about this machine, how it's been great for my not having to get up at night. Get up to the mic, because
I want everyone, every man that's listening. And by the way, women, you're the catalyst. So if you got a man out there that's having the problem, hit him with your elbow and say, hey, we got to check this out. Go ahead.
And I can't emphasize enough to get up off your chair and go to one of these locations and have this treatment done. It's helped my life immensely. I don't get up in the middle of the night as much, if at all, and my urgency has gone away, and unfortunately, the dripping that happens when you don't empty your bladder is gone. So thank you for all of that.
So what is it like to be having continence? You're a man, and you said to you, so for you, we'd wake up in the middle of the night,
yes,
right? You'd trickle after you had gone to the bathroom?
You don't finish emptying as much as you should, but for whatever
So the
reason, as
urgency
we
is
age,
still there, no matter what.
You just don't empty. I can't explain why. I'm not a doctor, but I just know that you don't. I dripped in my underwear, unfortunately, and now I don't. So it's a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing. And do you play sports or anything like that? Is that something?
I'm very active. I don't play sports anymore. I used to my whole prior
But now
life.
you can do whatever you want. You don't have to buy adult protection anymore.
Without a doubt. And
That's awesome. And that saved you a lot of money, I bet.
I can't tell you how grateful I am not to have to do that.
So what was your experience? I'm sorry, go ahead.
I heard about the chair through my girlfriend, and she led me to the chair. I'm sorry,
It's okay.
new to me.
Just tell me your story.
So I heard about the chair. I wanted to use it as best I can. I came from Idaho, literally, to Arizona, and now I'm using the chair, and I can't thank you enough for
You're so welcome. He is so happy. That's why I wanted to bring him in. He was telling me about all these testimonials he's heard other people talking about when he's been in the office, other patients that have actually also gotten great results. And it's just a real happy place over at VJuv because everyone's excited not to be peeing on themselves and not helping out the $800 billion a year industry of adult protection. $800 billion, Carol. And you know what? They don't like us because we're not buying that stuff anymore.
You absolutely have no excuse anymore. And I don't care how many times. I know you have heard her before. And a lot of people are procrastinators.
Yeah.
But you know what? This will change your life. It's the best thing ever. They're the only ones that are going to give you a complimentary 28-minute session, which
that's a full session.
That's a full session. And the other thing is that they're the only ones that are going to take your insurance. Medicare. You even take access.
We take so many different kinds of insurance. There's no reason not to try this. It's so simple.
Exactly. And why wouldn't you? So the phone number to call is 480-593-5400. It's stopthep.com. Other things that we want to talk about. It is safe. It's FDA approved. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, it's very safe. All you do is come in, you sit on the chair, it does the treatment for you. You can be on your phone, you can read a magazine, you can be reading a book, whatever you want to do to relax. It doesn't hurt. It's non-invasive. And the reason we do the complimentary session is because it's so hard for me to explain that over the radio. But if you come in and you experience it, you are going to love it. It is the best thing ever.
Tell everybody how it works and how many Kegels it does.
Okay, so this is amazing. It does 11,200 Kegel exercises for you in this 28 minutes. It strengthens your pelvic floor, lifts everything back up, gives you youth, gives you blood flow, does all different kinds of things for you in this area that as we get older, it just starts to fade. Yeah, well, I was going to say
Not
sag,
only does it
right,
sag, you try and do it right now.
11,200 Kegels. Good luck.
You try it. It's an absolute impossibility, and it's not like you're going to go to the gym and find, a machine for that.
No, there's no machine for it.
I've
got
chair,
one. Yep.
And that is what's wonderful is that they're the only ones that are going to offer you a complimentary 28-minute session. The only ones. They have 8 locations throughout the valley. They're the only ones that are going to take your insurance. This is important, folks, because now that they do, you said everybody that comes and tries it, they do it.
Oh, yeah.
Because it just makes sense.
Absolutely. And some people after one treatment, they get results already.
So the number to call, it's 480-593-5400. Absolutely, everybody that works there are all ex-patients of the chair. They are cheerleaders of the chair. And Chip, he's also going to be an ex-patient very soon. What do you go in for, maintenance once in a while?
At this point, yes. I went for about 6 sessions, and it helped immensely. And after that, I go in about maybe once every 2 weeks or so.
And that number to call, you could change your life by calling this phone number right now. It's 480-593-5400. They're the only ones that are going to give you a complimentary 28-minute session. They're the only ones that are going to take your insurance. They've got 8 locations throughout the valley. Check them out on their website. It's stopthep.com. We're going to come back because I want to hear more about Chip's pee-pee stories.
Oh, God.
Hell.
Oh, goodness.
When someone close to you passes, the grief can feel overwhelming. So when it comes time to make the necessary preparations for your loved one, you can rely on Angel Cremation and Burial in Mesa. Our caring and professional staff knows you're going through a lot, so we focus on helping you understand your options. You only pay for what you truly need. To learn more about our many cremation and funeral services, call 480-962-6435. 480-962-6435. AngelsCremationandBurial.com.
Knowing every client is different, Anna von Strassenberg, CPA, PLLC, prides herself by offering ethical, accurate, and professional guidance when it comes to accounting, tax, and consulting services like tax return preparation, tax projections, proactive tax planning, IRS representation, QuickBooks, Pro Advisors, and more. For more information or to schedule a free consultation, call 480-964-4030. That's 480-964-4030. Services available year-round. ArizonaCPAs.com.
Hi, this is Darcy Bergen with Bergen Financial Group. Did you know that interest rates are the highest they've been in 2 decades? Maybe you should relook at your retirement portfolio and add fixed rates and lock them in as long as you can. Back in 1984, we sure wish we would have locked in CDs at 10%. Also, if you're close to retirement and you'd like a retirement guide or my new book, go to retirewithdarcy.com or give me a call at 480-430-2337.
Tired of paying high hourly fees when you need a plumber? With Cobra Plumbing, you get the same great service as the other guys, but you pay by the job, not the hour. So if you have a residential plumbing issue, don't wait. Call Cobra Plumbing today. Plus, our work is guaranteed. So call us today for your free estimate. Call 602-663-8432. That's 602-663-8432. To see a list of our complete service offerings, go to cobraplumbing.net.
Do you ever play the lottery? If so, you can definitely increase your odds of winning by playing through a lottery pool. The ticket costs are shared, so you pay only pennies per ticket, yet you can still win millions. This unique service is offered by PowerPick, which has an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Check out this amazing deal. You can share in 105 tickets in Powerball, Pick, and Mega Millions for only $4.75. Go to easypooling.com, spelled E, the letter Z, then pooling.com. That's easypooling.com.
Wow, everybody wants greater health, wealth, and happiness. We at Hypnotic One help everyone achieve that by eliminating your negative, unwanted, outdated habits and addictions in 1 to 7 days and include a lifetime warranty. Now's the time to take control or eliminate drugs, alcohol, smoking, weight gain, stress, and depression. We at Hypnotic One make changing fast, fun. Call now, 602-547-0446. For a 1-hour consultation and motivational CD, it is priceless and life-changing.
We're talking right now about how terrible it is to have to be peeing in your pants all the time when you don't have to anymore. You have to listen up right now. And maybe it's you or someone that you know. Tell them about this, because right now you could change your life. It's the best thing ever when you listen to Bettina, who is the assistant to the owner of Juv.
Yes. This is such a life changer. And the reason that we've grown so much, Carol, in the past 2 years and have 8 locations now is because word of mouth. Unfortunately, incontinence and bladder issues is a problem for 95% of the people out there over a certain age, and about 5% want to talk about it. So once we get somebody into our office and they come in for their complimentary session, they sit on the chair, they experience how this is going to change things for them. They share it. They tell their friends.
They can't wait to tell them.
Yeah.
Now tell them what makes you different and why you can take insurance.
Well, what makes us different is this chair is available in other it's available in gynecological offices, also in urologist offices. Only they don't take insurance, they charge cash payments. And it's ridiculous. The owner of the company, Tina didn't want to do it. That her mission was to help as many people as she could. She wasn't looking at people as a dollar sign. She was looking at the more I can help, the better this is going to be. And the reason why is because of what it did for her.
Yeah, tell a story. It's a cool story.
Oh my goodness, it's amazing. So Tina was under 60 years old. And she had such an incontinence issue that she was wearing full Depends. It kept getting worse and worse and worse. And as it progressed, she couldn't go to work anymore. And she was very depressed, as you can imagine. So she started seeking out ways to change her life. And she found Botox in the bladder. No. She found the bladder sling surgery, which used to be FDA approved, is not FDA approved anymore, and does not last. And then, of course, there's medication for urinary issues, which have tons of side effects. So she wanted to go more of a more holistic route, try to find a way to deal with her problem differently. And she came across the chair. She was the first person in Arizona to have it.
She had it in her living room. Sitting there in her living room, watching her television, fixing her problem.
She did. She took her retirement money and she purchased it and put it in her living room. That is the true fact.
How many people do that? That's awesome.
And then that's how I met her, because I too had a problem. And one of my girlfriends, because I say word of mouth, told me about Tina. And that's when I met Tina. And then we just started growing it and basically reaching out to as many people as we could, talking about a taboo subject and telling people we can change it. You don't have to take that pill. You don't have to get that surgery. And you certainly don't have to get Botox put in your bladder. You can come sit on a chair very comfortably, relax, read a book, read a magazine, 28 minutes, 11,200 Kegels. Bring your bladder up, bring your pelvic floor stronger.
And stop peeing in your pants. It's about time.
Ta-da.
So you don't have any excuse anymore. They're the only ones that are going to give you a complimentary 28-minute session. Why? Because they want you to try it. They want you to feel it. They want you to see what this feels like. And most people, after the first session, they'll kind of see a difference, and they all do it because it's covered by insurance. They're the only ones that are going to take your insurance. And this is what makes them different. They have at least 8 locations throughout the valley. So there's somebody very close by you for sure. You could call them at 480-593-5400. Check them out on their website. It's stopthepee.com. Now, I want to also talk about something important too. It is not just a woman thing.
No, that's why I Chip's here. Yeah.
You know, and listen, I know a lot of men. They don't like to talk about it either. You know, they're probably even more embarrassed about it because a woman, the minute you sneeze, and the woman will look at you and go, "Oi, I just peed in my pants." Yep. But men would never say that. They're embarrassed by it, big time.
Very much so.
Right.
I cut hair for 40 years. I talked to hundreds and hundreds of people. I've quit cutting hair, came to the valley here in Arizona. And I can't emphasize how many people this can help. It's amazing what I hear, the testimonials from people when you're getting this treatment. You hear the different things, that not having to wear diapers anymore, being able to go out in public, not getting their dignity back.
Yes,
especially for sure.
It's
That's
a beautiful
a good point.
thing for a lot of people.
You know what? You know what too? It's the summertime is about ready to come out. I mean, you know,
yeah,
how many
we live in
people-
Arizona. You can't
and you
wear
want to wear a bikini.
adult protection. I don't know about a bikini, but you don't want to wear adult protection with your bathing suit. It doesn't work out, Carol.
Whatever it is, I'm not wearing it. And
Carol's wearing a bikini
right now, and it's freezing out. No. But it's true though.
No, it is true. Yeah.
And how many people who you always have to have something in your purse. You always have to.
Yes.
You need to know where every bathroom is. If you got to stand in line at the movie theater,
you don't even go to
you're
movies because you're afraid of it.
So
yeah, you don't.
Some of the
and how
stories
about waking
hear.
up in the middle of the night? When people come into the office for the first time and I meet them, I'm so excited to tell them, you know what? You're going to get a good night's sleep again. Because these people are getting up 3, 4, 5 times a night to urinate. Mm-hmm. That's ridiculous. It doesn't have to be that way.
Men, let's talk about that too. I want to talk about their prostate. Okay, I love talking about men and their prostate and not peeing anymore in their pants. But they have an issue that women don't have, and what is that?
Well, the prostate lays right on top of the pelvic floor, and then the bladder lays right on top of that. So if their prostate's removed, that means that their bladder is laying right on the pelvic floor. If their prostate is enlarged, that means that their bladder is getting more pressure from that. That is why men, as they get older, like my father, we would go to a restaurant and he would say, they would go, do you want to sit in a booth or a table? And he'd go, closest to the restroom. Mm-hmm. And I never knew back then that was the issue he was having, because of course he didn't tell me. But I wish that we would have been able to talk about that. I wish that I could have helped my father. And honestly, there's so many men out there that this will change their lives. Imagine being able to sleep through the night. Imagine being able to not have to worry about where the next bathroom is. And one of the things that Chip hit on, which I think is very important, is emptying your bladder completely. Often you do not feel like you empty your bladder completely, right? I mean, that was one of your big problems. And
that was my biggest problem in the biggest sense. Well, getting up in the middle of the night is no fun for anybody. That's a fact. That subsides to happen after you use the machine several times. But not emptying your your bladder, you tend to drip in your underwear. It's not a fun thing. It's odor is not fun for anybody, and if that can be cured and helped, there's no reason not to do it. It's
the reason why
insurance helps.
That's right.
The reason why there's reason to not to do it is because it's covered by insurance.
Exactly.
And right there it makes sense, right?
Oh, yeah.
It just makes sense. And sometimes things just make sense. The other thing that I also thought that what you said was huge was dignity. And that's for both men and women.
That's
I'm
right.
sorry. I don't care who you are. It's embarrassing when you pee in your pants. I don't care if it's a trickle or if it's a flow.
That doesn't matter.
You know, it is what it is.
So when I go to like a Walmart or Target, I see people putting adult protection in their carts. I want to run up to them and just go hand on my cart and say, please call, please
You know,
come
when
in.
you say
Come to one
word
of our
of-
locations, please.
When you say word of mouth, that's
Yeah.
what we're doing here. It's
Yes.
amazing because now of course you brought Chip in here, which is really
Right,
kind of
yeah.
neat. His experience is always fun for other people to hear their stories. The best thing to do is to call them. You're getting a complimentary 28-minute session. They are the only ones that are going to do that for you. Why? Because they want you to try it. They want you to feel it. They want you to see what this is all about. Because you can't talk about it on the radio very well to know
You
what
have to
that's going to
experience
feel like.
it.
You got to
Yeah.
experience it. They are the only ones that take insurance. This is what makes them different right there. So they have several locations throughout the valley, so you can call them on their phone. I was going to say on the website. You can call them at 480-593-5400. Let me tell you about every single person that works there.
Yes.
They're ex-patients
Yes.
of the chair. Every single one of them.
It's very
You're
comfortable.
A cheerleader
Yeah,
of the
it's a
chair.
very comfortable atmosphere too. I want to touch on that. We're not like a doctor's office where you're going to see somebody in a white lab coat, waiting for you and asking you all kinds of personal questions. You're going to come in, you're going to sit on the chair. It's going to be totally comfortable, laid back, and you are going to just love it.
And you're going to change your life. Can you imagine what it would feel like to not have to have that happen anymore?
Not have to buy adult protection. It's
You
expensive.
can laugh at jokes and not pee in
fun.
your pants. You can sneeze and not pee in your pants.
Yes.
You can go to the bathroom and empty your bladder completely.
Get your life back.
Get your life back,
Your
exactly.
life back. And the thing that's also what I think is wonderful too is the money that people are going to save on that adult protection, because it is not cheap.
It's not.
And there's a lot of things that you'll see on television
Right.
and all sorts of stuff that you can buy, but why do it when you can try this?
Exactly. Who wants to wear a diaper? Who wants to wear adult protection? Nobody
Who
does.
wants to smell from pee in your
Yeah,
pants? Because
nobody
you know
does.
when it happens, it's usually not in a place where you can go,
course
oh,
not.
let me just switch this out
No.
real quickly.
Of
It's
course
not,
not.
something,
No.
it's embarrassing. You have to sit on it for a while.
Just please call.
Ew.
Call and try it.
That phone number again to call is 480-593-5400. Their website is stopthepee.com. What are your final words?
I think this is a game changer, a life changer, and the best thing ever. And just pick up the phone or go to our website and try it for yourself, and you will see what we're talking about here. It is amazing.
They're the only ones that are going to take your insurance. They're the only ones that are going to offer you a complimentary 28-minute session. That's a full session. And Bettina, you
Yeah.
said many people, the first time they do it, they love it. And they all sign up. Why? Because it's
works.
covered by
It's 'cause it
insurance.
works, and it's covered
it
by
works.
insurance, and it's wonderful.
everybody who ends up working there are ex-patients of
Right,
the
we're
chair because
cheerleaders.
they love it, and they have all of these locations for a reason. So you have no excuse anymore, whether it's you or for someone that you know. It's 480-593-5400. It's stopthepee.com.